Get those hands up and praise him, hallelujah. Ha! Let's take a look around. Not a bad view, and this is June 2nd, and we're in Phoenix, for crying out loud. These are the Phoenix Mountains, and believe it or not, in June this morning, early this morning, it started raining, and this is what I'm sleeping on. So not the most cover in the world, and of all things I can say to anybody, on the wee hours of June the 2nd, I was freezing to death. Although I had this little kind of cover thing that kept me somewhat dry. It's still, for June in Phoenix, to say you were cold, people will put you in a nut house. But anyway, the weather is coming back to its not normal, because I think the high today was only in the upper 80s, maybe 90. Evidently they had some low front or tropical storm come up through Mexico, and it's rare that it ever rains in June in Phoenix. And but anyway, I'm not complaining, because by the time, God willing, I fly out to Salt Lake City on Saturday, it's going to be back to its normal tricks at 104 degrees. But at any rate, let's get on to the today at the abortion clinic. The Lord is really working hard on me as far as experience, getting more experience goes. And today was no exception. Got up and went over there, and I wasn't, this is a Monday, and I'm thinking, well, this is going to be like most Mondays, it's going to be slow, which I guess comparatively it was slow, but I did my normal. I took my abortion sign and went down to where the stoplight is, so if anybody had any comments or questions, then I could engage with them. And this is the first day. This is the first day that I've had not only one long conversation, but I'll get to that later, but a couple of short ones, or 2 or 3 short ones. The first one, it was a guy that had his kid in the car, and he was just beside himself with, how can you show any abortion pictures to a kid? And I didn't go into all of the things about, as I have the right to protest, which, by the way, is a little precarious, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I said, well, do you not teach your kid the 10 Commandments? Or not to murder? Those type of things? And he just said, well, screw you, people can do whatever they want. And about that time the light turned and he just drove off, but after shooting me the finger. But I'm thinking to myself, if people can do whatever they want, I guess that would include me too, as far as being able to protest. And then this other lady got up there and told me that God would not want me to hold up signs protesting abortion. And I asked her, I said, well, do you think you were created by God? And she said, yeah, I think I was created by it. I still don't think he would approve of what you're doing. Keep in mind, I'm standing right next to a red light, and this is a short red light for these people. And she said, well, I just don't, so, I really didn't know what to say in that case, other than you can't be serious, in the sense that if you believe in creation, and if you believe that God is where two or three are gathered is right there with us, then you would have to think that he would not approve of abortion. And for to think that I would have to explain that to somebody is nuts. But evidently, I would have to. But a lot of people were very supportive. A lot of people. So it was a typical day on the signs, except for this was kind of the first time I had some brief conversations at the stoplight. But now, so the Lord is up to something, because I I wait for about an hour, hour and a half before I go to a different part of my shift, quote unquote. And that means instead of holding a sign, I'll go back up to where they're speaking into the parking lot and into the waiting room, and take my turn on the intercom. So, so anyway, I went up there, and uh, James told me, well, the battery's dead, and so I was just going to blow it off. But about that time, just like this last Friday, the Lord had about, I'm not kidding you, so many cars were pulling in there all at one time. And before that, there was no cars pulling in there. But so I walked back there, and I'm the only one that will walk back there. But I walked back there, and I pulled some cash out of my wallet and just started saying, look, does anybody need any cash, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll get to the part where this one lady and I had a very long conversation, very gracious lady. And one lady that was walking into the abortion clinic said, I'm not here for an abortion. So I don't know if she meant she's here for a consultation. I'm not sure what she meant, but for the most part, this doctor's a butcher, so he doesn't do a lot of checkups, so to speak. And then a couple of other people took our literature and just made some brief comments, nothing that we could reply to. But this one lady, I was trying to give her some money, and she started talking, and she was very excited at first, and I got her calmed down enough to ask her that if you're not here for a checkup, or if you're not here for an abortion, why are you here? And when she kind of slowed down a little bit, I figured out that the reason that she was here is because she wanted to let us know that she was going to go get some of her friends, and they were going to come back and take us on. And I was just thanking the Lord the whole time. I was thanking the Lord, because they have a non-winnable case. If it comes to the biology, they certainly don't want to go to the Bible, because that's just hairy-carry. There's so many scriptures that said don't do it. Proverbs 24, Jeremiah 1, Isaiah 49, I believe, Galatians 1, Psalm 139. I mean, she pretty much told me that she wasn't going to get into a theological debate with me. But I'm not really an expert on the biology, but I mean, to me, it's like I'm not an expert on geometry either, but you can't argue against some geometric proofs. And it seemed like when it came to biology, she was trying to argue against some geometric proofs. From what I know, and from what I've told, when you can see anywhere, is the baby is the child, whatever you call, is at conception. That's when life begins. Life begins at conception. And even my understanding is even the staunchest skeptics are starting to admit, it is, but so what? It's not viable. As if the birth canal is some magical zone that the child goes through. It is a child when it comes out. It is a human being when it comes out. But 10 minutes before it comes out, evidently it's not a human being. I don't know how that adds up, but I didn't go into the biology either. Obviously, I'm not an expert in that right now. But I mean, I could have, but I was trying to bait this lady. I was trying to encourage her to do what she said she was going to do, which is challenge us. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I wanted to. Uh-oh, we might have company in here. Some guy walking in a black shirt. But the reason I wanted to challenge her was because I want to get this on film and get it uploaded to YouTube and try to encourage as many people as possible to upload it to YouTube so we can see just how bankrupt the arguments are, either biologically or scripturalized, completely bankrupt. And you know, she rehearsed her biological or social or the typical objections to us being out there. You know, nothing surprising at all. But it's somewhat articulate. She seemed educated, and my prayer, my sincere, deep prayer, is that she follows through. And I told her that much. I said, if you're sincere, if you have integrity, then I welcome you to come back. And then if they do come back, they get out of their cars, then I will feel a lot more comfortable. I'll have the camera ready to go. This camera's tiny. I can carry it in my pocket, put it around my neck, and then it's on. It's on at that point, and every word that comes out of our opponent's mouth is them tying a noose around their neck as far as public perception goes. So stay tuned. I'm praying that this happens more and more. Oh, one other thing.